It's week 9 of the National Football League, and everyone's watching Ramondre Stevenson, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Pats and the Commanders, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We're all set to go, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Commanders' offense set to go to work, and they're led by the veteran who's bounced around a bit in season number 8 now. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Matt Judon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Now inside the 25. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Marcus Jones, a return man. Jones now on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his 3rd season now out of Alabama.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. The rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every one.
And Stevenson's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made up near the 35. They run once more with Stevenson. And taken down just shy of the 40. The Patriots in 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Jones. Pass taken in by his good tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Brissett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But themselves to the task at hand and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Jones. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Patriots take over. And returning to the field here, Hunter Henry, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Throwing, Jones. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there, finding him in stride for really good yardage.
It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 9. Again, it's Stevenson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Well, now, after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
A first down throw for Brissett. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Brissett sets to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Herb Smith Jr. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Brissett on 3rd and 2. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Brissett again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, then they might get hit with a screen. Maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Brissett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On the return is Jones. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Possession back to the Patriots from Andre Stevenson, headed out with the offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play calling.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. To the right side, he's got Parker. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Back to throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Jones throw here taken in by Parker. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start with the early game out in Germany at Deutsche Bank Park in Frankfurt. And it was the Chiefs serving as the home team who come away with the victory. Isaiah Pacheco. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the dog pound. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Cardinals out on top. Hollywood Marquise Brown. A touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown catch in that first half. We saw a strong first half of play from quarterback Mac Jones. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing a 4th down play to result in 23 yards. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 40 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Brian, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does... And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Stevenson gets it again on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on third down, Jones. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Now Jones on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Here we go, 11.
Off play action, Jones. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down, and he'll have it by plenty as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
To the right side, this is Stevenson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Looking to throw. Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal. Stevenson is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
This is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. First down, Brissett. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the field, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. Like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
On third down, Brissett. And that is incomplete.
The coverage we just saw break out on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Jones on the return. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure they're going to go get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs to make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. A give for Stevenson, running right. Now he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Now Washington down by a field goal, 2:25 remaining. And the fourth down stop gives him a new lifeline, at least for the moment. Brissett to throw on first. That's Samuel caught left side.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Play action now. Brissett. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
That comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Brissett. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now as to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Jones. Got the connection here to Bourne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now Jones. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they break it on tie here in the final minute. The CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat. And there he is again already, his second touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
An extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. And now it's Washington's turn, trailing by a touchdown. 53 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Brissett. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Brissett. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Oh, man, that could wind up being the key play of the ball game right there. Defensively here, you know they've got no timeouts. You've got to keep them away from the sidelines. Here, not only do they get the big yardage, but they get out of bounds as well.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now on second down. Now Brissett. Complete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
That's interference. Defense.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for New England, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6, and they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles